Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Raven and the name of the game is City of Heroes. So, we're back at it. Haley Phillips has some more stuff for us, looks like. Or no. Okay, maybe not. Interesting. Let me back out of that then. Alright, going through the Steel Canyon people first. Athena Curie has an associate for mine. Guy Denson. I know a courier named Guy Denson who'd like to meet you. He runs all over town delivering important packages, and he's helped lots of heroes with the Clockwork and the Lost. Guy routes himself in Steel Canyon now. If you want a tough case, you should ask her other contacts. I've got nothing for you. So, to Steel Canyon. He's Guy Denson. Okay, I hope you get to keep up with me, HEMA Girl. I know a lot of things you could help with. So, about Guy Denson. Guy Denson knows how to get around the city fast. This is an important skill in a place that serves as a stage for conflicts between costume heroes and vast criminal conspiracies. It's no wonder traffic is so bad. Guy Denson knows how to cut through the tangles and troubles and deliver a package safely and on time. One of Guy's secrets is a network of couriers and clients he has developed, all of whom will keep him abreast of the latest happenings in the streets of Paragon City. He also has numerous friends and clients who are heroes. He likes to pass on whatever he knows to help the heroes, especially when it comes to information about the Clockwork. I'm going to check out something real quick. I'll be right back, and yeah, just going to check out something real quick. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'm a very professional streamer. So, ask about what else is going on. Things are jumping in Paragon City. I got a call from the police department. We've got a cop missing from this beat. I need to find Officer Lance Hinton. We can't allow that great officer to be abducted. Bring home that officer back safe and sound, HEMA Girl. So, we're going to go to Perez Park, which is here. Kidnapper and his guards. So he's in a sewer somewhere deep in Paragon City's Perez Park. The Lost might not be able to take, unless we are not allowed to take the law in our own hands. So we're back to the Lost. What do the Lost have planned with Officer Hinton? Oh, got to get the shield out. Boom. Okay, so they're talking about Hinton being a traitor to the cause. Interesting. Let me check something real quick. 1 second. I'm just checking something real quick. Alright, sorry. I had to check, just like, check something real quick. Okay, so... Yep. Got my new power. I forgot all about my new power. There's Chief Genghis. Says Hinton will pay for the price of his treachery. There's cheat. There's Hinton. He's gonna tell me the whole sordid story. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. The boss bribed me to look the other way about a raid they were planning on a local munitions factory. I took their money, but I tipped off a hero anyway. When I found out that I double-crossed them, they came after me. Huh. Are there still enemies in this room? Looks like it. Alright. So we've rescued the officer, so. Gotta go back to Guy Denson. So, Officer Hinton took a bribe from the Lost and double-crossed him. No wonder they went after him. Only one thing troubles me. Hinton said that the Lost went after him to overlook their raid on a munitions factory. All we ever come from the Lost is random violence and chaos. Could there actually be a method to their madness? Well, yes, there is, actually. They're working for the Ricky, but... you have a purpose, my friend. Why don't you take a look at my latest enhancements? Call me if you need a hand. And there's some pals of mine looking to get you better. Well, we'll worry about that later, but... Okay. So I guess you've seen some of those Lost Rectors preaching about the New Order. It seems like the entire group is some sort of religious cult. In Skyway City, they've started swaying a lot of homeless to their cars. I need to go to Skyway City and take down some of the Lost. Maybe we can convince the rest of the homeless not to join up. Alright, so we're gonna go there. Find the Lost in the rough for the land of the Lost. So, living in the land of the Lost. Alright, so we're gonna take the monorail. Not finding many Lost down here. Oh, wait, there's some Lost. There's some more lost. More trolls. There's some more lost. Oh, a bunch of lost. Alright. Many of the homeless are desperate for a little comfort. It's easy to see how they could get swayed by the rhetoric and get lost. But I think it showed them that the lost are on the wrong side of the law in the Paragon City. Combined with the City Council's new outreach program, your efforts may keep a lot of the homeless from wandering down a dangerous path. Okay, sending out a mission mercy today, HEMA Girl. I want you to go over to Skyway City. I'm already there, and take care of some of the lost in the custody. If our doctors can examine them in person, they may be able to figure out how to reverse the process that has altered the loss drastically. Well, actually, we've taken care of that, but sure. So, gotta take care of more loss in Skyway City. Thanks, HEMA Girl. With any luck, we'll be able to help reverse the process that has turned these people into the lost. Okay, let me just deal with this guy. Alright, the Clockwork have been stepping up their activity in the fault line region, stripping the abandoned buildings and reconstruction sites of every bit of scrap metal they can get to build more themselves. The real worry is that they start to get into the dam. Clearing out them is a long-term task, but every hero is needed to help keep their numbers down. The city needs a heroes, to go into fault line and clear out Clockwork before they can do more harm. So we gotta be heroes. Even though repairs have begun, fault line can still be a dangerous place, HEMA Girl. Destroy about 20 Clockwork. Alright, let's go be heroes. fault line is not nearby. Oh, actually, yes it is. On the south side of town. Place formerly known as Overbrook. Alright, let's search for some clockwork. There's some lost. More lost. Oh, purple clockwork. Ew. These guys are high level, but I might be able to take it out of cover. I am not landing hits on him. There we go. Okay, we leveled up, but we also have... Alright, good job finding those clockwork, HEMA Girl. Last thing that stricken zone needs is metal-hungry machines eating away at everything. Okay... I'm beginning to think the Lost may be targeting their violent attacks on specific businesses and facilities. I'm helping you can help me learn more. I need you to hit the streets and look for clues to the Lost plans. If I'm right, there's much more of the Lost than meets the eye. Alright, you can find a lot of concentrations of Lost in Boomtown or Skyway City. You can start looking for clues there. And here's a plasmatic taser. They gave me a plasmatic taser. check the old... Okay, the trolls. Sue. Circle of Thorns. None of them are who we want. Let's go back to Skyway City for now. Yeah, Sue and Thorns. We don't want any of them, but... Oof. Kaboom! Slash! Swish! Bam! Slash! More slash! Alright, 3 more. Boom. Okay. List of locations. So I found this on one of the Lost and Defeated. Several locations, including a bank, water purification facility, and a military depot. HEMA Girl, I've never been sorry to be proven right. It looks like the Lost really are targeting specific locations for their attacks. They also attack a lot of unimportant sites to make their raids seem random. But there's no doubt about it. There's a calculating mind guiding the Lost. We need to find out what its ultimate goals are. Well, they're agents of the Ricky. We know this. The Clockwork have overrun a recycling drive, trapping several student volunteers from Paragon City University in the building. They're probably just attracted to the scrap metal, but things could really get nasty if they stay trapped in there much longer. Get over to the location I marked for you and free those students from the Clockwork. Your only objective is to make sure the students get out of there unharmed. The Clockwork are probably just looking for scrap metal, But that might not protect the students if the Clockwork start to think of them as threats to their scavenging. I never thought I'd see the day when recycling could put your life in danger. You've really got to get those people out of there. Alright, so they're back in fault line. Oop. Accidentally clicked on the chat window. Cue the rad guitar. Gotta let this soak. Gotta soak in this rad riff. You hear the sound about a half-dozen voices over the Journal Clockwork years. Most of them sound terrified. So I don't think we're going to be starting a mission arc this week. One student. One of the students free. There doesn't seem to be any more in this little area. There's one more student left. But where? There's a straggler. Okay, so they're definitely not in this room. Unless there's usually that one little cubby. Nope, they're not there. Okay, so they're not in the back room. They're not behind this door. They're not in this main loading area. They're not in that corner of the warehouse. They're not in that corner of the warehouse. Okay, so they're not in this area. Where the hell are they? I somehow missed them even though we're all up front. Stormwell 76 says, good evening, Stormwell. Okay, where is this last... Up. Okay. The last mob marker. Oh, I must have missed that one little corner. There we go. Found it. Boom. Okay. So we've rescued the students. Let's see what else is going on. Okay. Apparently those PCU units, students, felt pretty inspired by the rescue, HEMA Girl. I checked with them and their families, and it looks like they've continued to help in the recycling drive, even after all that happened. People sometimes ask folks how live... I'm sorry. Blech. People sometimes ask how folks live in Paragon City. Events like this one today are the reason why people can live here, HEMA Girl. Events like this and people like you. You can work my routes anytime, HEMA Girl. That sounds like a come on. Let's just say friends. And I got the enhancements for you. This might seem a little odd, HEMA Girl, but I have a personal favor to ask you. I have a buddy, Manny, whose house was recently raided by Clockwork scavengers. They stole all the metal in the place, including his track trophy from college. It's a 15-year-old hunk of scrap, but it's the only reminder he has before the war. The Richte War? Oh, Storma says, what server do you play on? I am on the Everlasting. The Everlasting server for Freedom. Not Freedom. Homecoming. So yeah, I play on Homecoming. The specific shard of Homecoming is everlasting. I used to do Virtue. Back in the live days. Okay, so. Manny tried to get back to himself, but the Clockwork disassembled his wheelchair. Ouch! He was able to follow him to an abandoned warehouse first. You can get to the Clockwork there if you want, but Manny really just wants his trophy back. Okay, so... Okay, Stormo says, right on, play on Homecoming as well as the XL server. What chart of Homecoming? You XL, so you're on Excelsior. Okay. XL short for Excelsior. I got you now. Okay, so is 15-year-old... Okay, this is where the writing sometimes... Let's see. The game shut down in 2016. The Richte War was in 2002? 2003? 2002, I think. So, so that's probably... So back in live, that still would have been an accurate, if not unlikely, statement that he was a track star right before the Richte War. Of course, now it's well over 15 years since the Richte War. It's been over 20 years now. 2003 was the Richte War since Stormhouse 76. Yeah. So it's been well over, we're in 2023 now, so it's been well over 15 years since then. But let's see. Back in live, maybe I figure this guy might have been introduced. Well, let's say 2004. So that's a lot more plausible. That just one of those little quirks in the writing. Of course, this guy acts like the Lost till they don't know what happened. Of course, I've already done the storyline where you can actually cure the loss. So one of those little timey-wimey things that happens with City Heroes. So we'll just say that he meant like over 20 years. But this is an Atlas Park. I'm just gonna teleport there. Oh. Whoa. That was weird. There we go. Argosy International Park. There's a lot of clockwork in here, and tangling them is not your priority. You're after a trophy, and you can't get those gearheads to get in your way. What if they've already disassembled the trophy? Maybe they haven't smelted it down for parts yet. Because with the wheelchair, that would be more easy to turn into Clockwork parts, I think. Even though Clockwork are made from metals that I don't think Data quite understands. If I remember correctly. Because early on, we did a mission with Data, I think it was Data, or maybe it could have been Seraph, but they were trying to analyze Clockwork parts, but couldn't quite make heads or tails of them. still, I guess, if they were using materials from readily available things, it would make more sense that they would junk a wheelchair and have to, like, smelt down a trophy into something more usable. So maybe that's why we can't recover the wheelchair. But they could use the trophy as a head, because the way the clockwork work, and we can see some, you know, they don't have their heads on. It is a little weird now I think about it. So I don't know if there's necessarily any special parts in their heads. They can obviously still move around with them without them. Okay, let's look at this box. Nope, lots of scrap metal, but no trophy. Oh, there's another box. Just asking. I can have one out ability in my choice for Oh, so I have played this game ever since the not the early live days, but like 2005, 2006-ish. I had no idea about that. I have never heard about that. But in this case, do it with Perry. Awesome. Awesome, thank you. I have never, all the years I've played this game, I did not know about that. And I'm probably going to forget immediately after. Tips. Thank you. Yep. You know, I guess I just never saw that. I don't know how I could never saw that. There's the trophy. We found the trophy. Does it say first place finish in the 100-yard dash? Thank you, HEMA Girl. Manny's got to be happy. I know it may not seem like a big victory, but the trophy recovered is probably the only thing that kept Manny going after he lost his legs in the war. Of course, then again, there's been a second Richter war, so maybe they're talking about when the Richter came back. But I'm pretty sure he meant the first Richter war, because he's referring it to as the war, which is usually what they mean by, which is what they usually refer to as the Richter war, the first one. Alright, so looks like this is his last mission. so let's see who his new contact is. New contact. Oh, I have a choice. Okay, there's Kong Bao or Olivia Chung. I want to stick with Steel Canyon for now. Did you ever see the weekly paper, The Asian Paragon? Well, its publisher, Olivia Chung, is a great woman. She knows all about what's happening in the immigrant community and has helped more than one hero sort out a jam involving the Vazlok and the Outcasts. Olivia has her offices in Steel Canyon. So we probably will meet Kong Bao later. We won't meet many people as good-hearted as Olivia. Okay, so things are quiet on his route. Alright. So, we got Olivia. Let's talk to Kyle Peck. There's someone I want you to work with. I appreciate all you've done for Paragon City so far. I want you to move on to helping some other people now, HEMA Girl. And he gives us Colleen Saramago. Do you have any contacts here with Hero Corps yet? Even if you do, you really should talk to Colleen Saramago. I think she'd really be happy to help you with some assignments dealing with the Clockwork and the Trolls. Hero Corps have stationed Colleen in Steel Canyon. Okay. Let's see who else we got. Wilson Zuko. Is still listed as active, but he doesn't have anyone for me. Weird. That's weird. Alright, Haley Phillips. Okay, Haley Phillips has... Have you ever heard of Master Tao Ku? He is an amazing martial arts teacher as well as a truly enlightened person. You should meet with him sometime to discuss the sewer of the Circle of Thorns. Master Tao's dojo in Skyway City. That's interesting. That is someone who could that is a good person I might consider next. Let's see who Lorenzo de Costa has for me. Okay. I suggest you go speak to Sergeant Suzanne Bernard in the Street Crimes Division. She's a good person to know, especially when you're dealing with the sewer of the Council. Sergeant Bernhardt works at the desk at Skyway City. So, Wilson Zuko, for whatever reason, isn't giving me another contact, even though he's still showing as active. That is very strange. I'm gonna go with... I was gonna go down for Steel Canyon contacts first. But Tao Ku, you know, HEMA Girl is, you know, the MA in HEMA is martial arts. So maybe, I figure, you know, another martial artist needs a friend. That sounds like something HEMA Girl would be interested in. And there we go. Wilson Zuko's off my contact list, so that explains that then. Alright, so do one mission for Tao Ku. Your path will be difficult, HEMA Girl. Prepare yourself well. So let's learn more about Tao Ku. As we know, he's a martial arts instructor. He is one of the most respected martial artists in Paragon City. Not just for his kickboxing skills that are impressive, but also his role as a community leader and youth organizer. Oh yeah. Yeah, HEMA Girl definitely likes this guy. Ethnically Hmong, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, he emigrated from Laos. He has taught in the same dojo for over 20 years. So, probably 30, given like I said, the way they mentioned things about the Ricky War. So he's been in the same dojo for well over, we'll say 30 years. Mentoring thousands of dedicated students in both those physical and spiritual aspects of the martial arts. He has a reputation as a wise man, someone whose body and mind have really transcended the limits of human understanding. Master Tao is particularly interested in the mystical side of martial arts, and he is rumored to have some supernatural abilities of his own. He has worked with heroes and law enforcement on numerous occasions, such as during the Rigby War, when he opened his school to serve as a shelter and clinic. I just got an urgent message from Magi. It seems that Steel Canyon has recently become supercharged with a dark mystical energy. Azuria thinks the Circle of Thorns may be trying to summon the great demon here. I need you to stop the circle from summoning a demon in Steel Canyon. That zone has already seen enough trouble. So we'll do that. Azuria believes you should concentrate your efforts on Gimri Ridge and the Copper District. So, you know, well, okay, well, so, yeah. I'm getting tongue-tied. So, patrol mission. Not something big, but that's okay. Good way to cap off this stream would be with another patrols. We did a lot of patrols this stream. So Stormwell, if you're still here, what I'm doing with this with the stream series is I'm going through, as you might have probably figured out by now, I'm going through all the blue side content, and the reason why I'm doing it with a fresh character. I started at level 1, and the reason why I'm doing that is I'm going through all the, well, besides the task forces, all the story content that a lot of players these days don't really go through. And the reason why I'm doing it with a fresh character instead of Ouroboros is for missions like these, because you don't really get these with Ouroboros. You only get the named quest lines. There's that one. So I kind of want to do it that way, because I just think, you know, we'll miss less things. And what I've been doing is every 5 levels I freeze XP. So at 19 I'm gonna freeze XP. Do everything I can mission wise. And then unfreeze. Gonna do the flashback missions as well, so I can earn merits along the way. The flashbacks, as in like the introduction from Ouroboros stuff, the stuff I can only do in Ouroboros. Yeah, I'll probably do that. But like the normal storylines, no. And I probably won't do the gold side stuff with HEMA Girl, because that wouldn't really make sense. Starts at level 9. Yeah, there's one mission that I couldn't, that you only get to choose either or, that I am going to go back to flashback for that one. So anything I miss, anything in the Pillar of Ice and Flame that I miss, besides the gold side stuff, I'm not going to do the gold side stuff with this character. I might do it in a future run, but I'm not going to do it with HEMA Girl. Alright, so this hill is a good place for finding Circle of Thorns. But once I formally get to get the actual Oren Vega stuff, then I'll probably will do that as a flashback. Alright, so let's go back to Tauku. I still don't have my teleport back. Yep. And once I get his contact number, and I can call him, I think I'll end it there. I think I probably will after this. I think there are very few contacts anymore that don't give you their call right away after the first one or two missions. Except the Luddite. The Luddite in Red Side doesn't, because he doesn't have a phone. He's the only one I could think of that really doesn't give you one until after the first couple of missions you do with them. There might be a couple I don't remember, but that one is notable for never giving you direct contact. Thanks for dealing with those circle mystics. I guess we'll never know whether they were really trying to summon a demon in Seal Canyon. Frankly, that's just fine by me. Your skills are impressive, my friend, but perhaps you could use an extra kick for my store. If you need anything else, call. There is someone you should meet. That's an introduction to a new contact. We'll do that at the end of his next time. So, I'm going to leave it off here. I'm going to level off stream and grab a couple enhancements. Let me do haiku of the stream. Let me pull up. This is a little semi-tradition of mine. Haiku of the stream. Baking hot fountain. A small empty spider stings, enjoying the fox. So, I do this almost every week. Every Saturday around 8 o'clock I start. I believe there's a Discord group that I'm on that might be doing kind of like a group thing. So I might be skipping next week, but if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I need to get in touch with them to make sure that we are still doing that next week. I think we mentioned next week. It's sometime this month. But I do this, and I'm going to take a break. Later on, I'm going to play some pinball. And most Sundays, I also play Vampire Survivors. And sometimes I also play other stuff off stream. I was playing WWE 2K22 on stream, but I just don't want to anymore, given the recent events and behind the scenes with WWE. I just don't feel comfortable giving them free advertisement anymore. I'm still gotta play the game because I bought it with my own money. I can't refund it, so they still got my money. I'm still gonna play it, but I'm not gonna advertise it anymore. That's gotta be my compromise, because yeah. So Stormo76, if you're still here, thank you for joining me and keeping me company. Yeah. So later on tonight, Saturday Night Pinball. Have a good night, Stormo. Thank you. Have a good night yourself. If you're wanting to watch me be mediocre at pinball, you're be happy to have you there for now. That'll be about. I'll try to start around 10, so about 45 minutes, 20 minutes from now. And yeah, later.